Hi ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ITSnippets. Today I'm going to show you how to use Media Center Master in order to create and rename your files as quickly as possible. I'll apologise now if there's any issues with the audio. Beer just slipped in my hand and bounced and went all over my mixer. Actually, it didn't really go all over my mixer. My mixer gets slightly splashed and it's now acting a bit flaky. So maybe a new mixer in the future. But let's go on with the tutorial. So the first thing we'll have to do obviously is download Media Center Master. So let me jump out of the corner and we shall go do that. You can get Media Center Master by going to www.mediacentermaster.com, clicking on downloads, and clicking on download for Windows. Then make sure you go into the version that you want, click on that, and then click download. I'll just save it to my downloads folder, give that a moment to download, and once it's downloaded we'll install it like any other Windows application. It's asking me if I want to start it after installation, and that's exactly what I'll do. I'll let it install .NET Framework. It looks like it needs a different version, so I'll just let it go and do that. Again, this will take a moment. Okay, hopefully I don't require the restart that it's asked me to do. Didn't appear to launch the application though, so let's click in here, go to Media Center Master. I would like to think that it's not getting any updates considering I've just literally downloaded it, but hey. Apparently it has. So let's wait that one out too. Bud Light, or pretty much most American beers, is like having sex on a boat. It's near water. Okay, so Media Center Master is now installed. The first thing we have to do is go up to Application and select Scan Folder. I'm going to click on Add New, and in my case I've installed some images that I want to rename, some videos that I want to rename, and I've done that on my desktop. So I'm going to go to this PC, Desktop, and then Movies. So I'm just going to click OK. I'm going to click Done. As you can see, it quickly loads a list of the 4 movies that are actually in there. Now I want to go to Applications, Settings and Preferences. And then I want to go to Movies. No, I don't. I want to go to Organization. Now as you can see, it gives it a very, very long title, and I don't want that. I actually don't need the gene. I don't need the vote. I don't need the rating, and I don't need the quality. So really I'm just looking at the name and the year, and I'm going to take that out for TV series as well. I'm not really worried about the rest. So I'm going to click Save on that. Well, actually I'm going to go back in and have a look there. I'm also going to rename the folders, because obviously it's better to have them, whether you're using Plex or whether you're using XBMC, it's better to have the folders and the files named the same. So now that that's done, I can go to Tools, and I can run autoscan. As you see, it starts looking at the moviesdb.org, then IMDb. Okay, it's found something. It's 600 miles, 2015, and it's asking me to confirm that this is the correct film. I believe this is the correct film, so I'm going to click confirm and finish. Now this does take a moment because it does flick through a lot of information. It does not appear to have found Billionaire Boys Club. And yet, when I click for it to search the data, it did. So as you've seen, click search data, confirm and finish. Give that a moment. Now, like all rename programs that look up the internet, there's no guarantee that it's going to get it right the first time. So everything looks fine there. So if I open my desktop and go into my movies folder, we have them named correctly with the year afterwards. And we go inside. Now it's downloaded some backdrops and stuff and some movie information. I don't really require that, but you can see that it has in fact renamed the movies correctly. I'll view that as in fact if I view that as details, you see the movie's been renamed correctly. But let's see if we can stop it from creating that additional metadata. So presumably it's settings and preferences. Okay, don't download any backdrops when available. Limit it to 0 backdrops. I don't really care. Just clicking through here to see what else could be causing it, because obviously that's a lot of information you really don't require. You know, download cast thumbnails, don't require that. Confirm search results, I'm okay. I'm okay with that, okay with that, okay with that. Use dual pass results for better results, that's always a good idea. It's the same when encoding, you should always use 2 passes to encode because it improves encode. I'm not really worried about deep inspecting for 3Ds, to be honest. 3D movies, I don't actually have many. So I believe that now that wouldn't actually download the additional information that we don't actually require. I personally like to keep it as a movie inside a folder named the same as a movie, and that's it. I don't keep anything else in the folder if I can avoid it. That was a nice quick tutorial. I hope you liked it. If you liked this video, give it a like. If you disliked this video, give it a dislike too. If you get feedback on this or any other videos or suggestions for videos you believe we should do in the future, then please let us know in the comments below. And most of all, thank you for watching.